These are unprecedented times right now, as we are seeing more and more big banks on the brink of absolute collapse. People are going to be looking back at 2023 and pinpointing this year as the year that we began our journey into a new financial paradigm. And we need to talk about how this is going to affect the cryptocurrency space, how this is going to affect Bitcoin in the short term, the coming days and weeks, the medium term, and the long term. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell for notifications. First, it was Silvergate, then it was Silicon Valley Bank. Now it is Credit Suisse, a massive 167-year-old European bank on the brink of absolute collapse today. And it's stoking anxieties about the health of the global financial system. And Swiss regulators to the rescue, offering a lifeline of liquidity to Credit Suisse to keep it from going under. Now, how is this going to affect cryptocurrency? I think it's very important for us to understand the context in which we find ourselves right now, where the Federal Reserve has, for the past year, been doing everything it can to lower inflation by increasing interest rates. Unfortunately, as interest rates have increased more and more, we're starting to see cracks in the foundation of the financial system. This is causing banks to go under, basically. Because as the rates go higher, banks are losing more and more money. They're in more and more unrealized loss until they get to the point where they just cannot continue. And in order for the Federal Reserve to prevent the banks from going under, they're going to have to give them liquidity, which is a fancy new word that they're using for money, which means they're going to have to devalue the currency by printing more and giving it to the banks, which will then increase inflation. So right now, the Fed is in between a rock and a hard place, because on the one hand, they're trying to lower inflation, but that's going to destroy the banks. On the other hand, if they want to save the banks, they have to increase inflation. So the two choices are basically, we either have to let the system collapse, let these banks collapse and say, whoops, there's no money, or we have to hyperinflate the dollar into oblivion. Both of those scenarios will bring in a new financial paradigm because the old one has to go away. It just mathematically cannot continue very long. So what does this mean for Bitcoin right now? Well, first of all, guys, I am still holding the swing long position. This is the level that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, 19552, still holding the swing long. And here's the truth about Bitcoin. There is good news and there's bad news, all right? Let's start with the bad news. The bad news is that we came up and we rejected from the Fibonacci 618 level, the last major area of resistance that we have until $30,000, and we are doing so with the extremely bearish pattern on market Cipher B, where momentum waves and money flow are getting much lower as the price is getting higher into key resistance. Historically, this is a very bearish sign, and it's colloquially known as the upside-down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boot pattern, where as we can see, the mammary glands on Sam Bankman's chest were not created equal. The left one, very large, very in charge, flopping around, driving Caroline wild, and the right one, very skinny, very flat, no milk in the mammaries. As the price is getting higher and we're seeing the upside down Fried pattern, this is historically very, very bearish. We saw this pattern at Bitcoin's all-time high. We saw this pattern before the March 2020 dump. We saw this pattern before FTX went down, and we're seeing the pattern right now. And we understand that this is a key resistance, and we may be repeating what happened in August, where we put in a triple top and then we came back down to the bottom of the range. However, there is some good news about what is happening right now, and that is this. If we take a look at the weekly time frame, we can see a few things that are very, very significant. First of all, we are actually getting money flow curving to the upside on market Cipher B. We're printing a green dot in the weekly time frame, and if we can close this weekly candle above the price of 25,000, I would say 25.3K. That's really my goal. Close the weekly candle above 25.3K, preferably above the 200-week moving average. We may actually see a break, and if we see a breakout, we are going to get a move that catches everybody off guard. It's going to be much bigger than most people are expecting, and here's the reason why. First of all, we have a very low volume gap right here, which means if price comes back in, we will get sucked up like a vacuum, like the thing at the bank where you go to the teller, the drive-through, and they put this vacuum thing. When you're a kid, they put the lollipop in there, and you're eating a lollipop, and your mom's putting checks, and you don't know what she's doing, but you're looking at this machine. That's what's going to happen if the price comes up here, because volume gap, fast move down, fast move back up, right? And then if we reclaim that $30,000 level, we're going to be coming back into the old volume area of this massive 2-year range that we traded. So once we come above 30K, the sky is the limit. Let me explain why. The market is always trying to establish the fair value of an asset. This is how we are able to trade any asset, by looking at the fair value and determining what is considered high and what is considered low. When an asset establishes a fair value and then it leaves that fair value, in this case to the downside, once it comes back up into that fair value, it's very probable that we fill the fair value all the way to the top. Case in point, we can see in the last range that we were trading right here, we established a fair value based on the market participants being most willing to buy and sell Bitcoin between the prices of 18K and 25K. We lost that fair value to the downside. Once we came back into it, look at the fast move back to the upside. We can even do this on very low time frames. For example, today in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, even when Bitcoin's not doing very much, we can still take trades, right? Today in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, we gave 2 setups, a short and a long, and as you can see, the short was basically just from the top of this fair value zone down to the bottom, and the long trade that we gave was from the bottom of the fair value zone back to the top. And as you can see, both of those trades played out perfectly because we were looking at the fair value zone of Bitcoin on a low time frame, and this is where we took our trades from. And by the way, if you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we give the swing trades, the levels, the setups, 3 live streams a day, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. And to take advantage of trading on ByBit with 0% limit fee, so that even if you're trading a lower time frame like this, taking advantage of this Bitcoin volatility on a low time frame, you can do so without limit fees. Click the link in the description in the pinned comment. This is a great deal for people who know how to trade. If you don't know how to trade, you're going to lose everything you have on ByBit. You're going to lose everything. I'm telling you, your fiat, your Bitcoin, your crypto, your Ethereum. Girlfriend's going to dump you, drop the phone in a dirty public toilet full of gross... You don't want to do that, so make sure you know how to trade first. Also, if you deposit $100, you get 1 month free of our tool, Crypto Fusion Trading Bot. All right, for more information on Crypto Fusion Trading Bot, check out the website, jasoncaspertrading.com. Not only do we have 20% discount on all educational courses, which will teach you how to do this right, but if you click Jason Casper Trading Bot, you get more information on the bot. 14 days for free just for signing up. If you deposit $100 on ByBit, you get a month free. Try it out. Join the community. It's a great, great, great tool. So, here's the thing. With Bitcoin, if we can close this candle above that level, I will then become very bullish. Also, if we are able to hold the support of $22,000, I will still maintain a very bullish bias. And here's why. If we bounce from the $22,000 level, we are coming back down to, as you can see, the value area low of the local range that we've been trading since the middle of January. So as long as we can hold this level right here, it is a higher low from this low that we put in over the weekend, which could then give us a nice bounce to the upside. Now, what is going to happen? Here's the truth, guys. We cannot know for certain. We cannot know for certain, right? People ask me, Jason, is the price going to go up? Is it going to go down? My answer is the same. It depends. We can't know. But here's what we can know. We can know that if price goes up, we know what levels are to the upside where we're looking for our next trades. If price goes to the downside, we know where the levels are where we're looking for our next trades, and we need to know what confirmations are we looking for on Market Cipher in order to get into those trades. In a worst case scenario, and Bitcoin does get a massive move to the downside, we have to understand the macro context of this market. We are in a place in the bear market where we are coming to the end. We are 1 year away from the halving, and historically speaking, this is the time to be accumulating Bitcoin on spot to ride it into the next bull market. We are at a major fib support that we come to every single bottom of the bear market. We are printing bottom signals on Market Cipher, on the RSI, on the stochastic RSI, and many other indicators. And historically speaking, if we accumulate Bitcoin now, even amongst all the FUD, we are going to be getting the last laugh in the next cycle. The Fed has to turn back on the printing presses. That is the only trick they have up their sleeve. And when they do so, we are going to see these risk assets pump once again. It is the game that the rich play to take all the wealth away from the poor and give it to themselves. The entire financial system is a Ponzi scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme. We're seeing that right now with the banks. People are putting their money into the banks. The banks are taking the money, doing whatever they want with it, and now the money's not there. That is a Ponzi, right? And what they do is they wreck everybody in the markets, and then the Fed will turn on that printing press, and after everyone's wrecked and the rich people can buy up everything, they'll pump their own bags by inflating the dollar once again. And that's what's going to happen, in my opinion, in the coming few years. We are going to see Bitcoin absolutely skyrocket, in my opinion, and I'm very, very excited for it. So even if we come down to these low levels, such as, these very high time frames like the monthly, just take a look at where we are in the cycle, right? We are at the bottom. If we were buying Bitcoin back in 2015 as we're at this level, printing these signals, man, look at that. If we were buying Bitcoin in 2019 as we were printing these signals, man, look at that run. Here we are once again, guys. Don't be the people, and this is not financial advice, but don't be the people that are buying Bitcoin up here saying, man, if only I was buying Bitcoin down here. Or the people that hit me up, Jason, should I be buying Bitcoin right now? It's at 50,000. I hear it's going to 100K. Don't be the people buying here and then selling here. No, We need to be the people that are buying here and then selling up here. That's it for today's video, guys. May God bless you all in the name of Jesus, the Messiah. I pray everybody is very, very blessed, and I will see everybody in that next video.